Well, as long as they're turning my classic childhood favorite books into movies now, why don't they just turn Geronimo Stilton into one, as well as My Weird School Days? Alright guys, so Goosebumps. In Goosebumps, a mother and son move next to R.L. Stine. One night, when the son goes into R.L. Stine's house, he accidentally opens up one of the Goosebumps manuscripts, so now it's up to him, his friend, Jack Black, and Jack Black's daughter to recapture all the monsters. Now, I wasn't looking forward to this movie because, I just wasn't really up for an idea for a Goosebumps movie. I didn't know how they were going to incorporate the story, how they were going to do everything, the casting. When I found out that Jack Black was cast as R.L. Stine, I was like, nope, I'm leaving. But, you know what? I still give this movie a shot after got actually pretty positive reviews. So, I went to go see it at a 10:20 showing, and how was it? Well, let's find out. Goosebumps is a surprisingly pretty solid movie. I mean, it's definitely not one of the best movies of the year, obviously, but I still had a fun time in the theaters. First, the acting is actually pretty good. Jack Black does a great job playing R.L. Stine. He's very over the top, and he's pretty serious in the movie, but he also is serious to a point where it's just funny, and it really worked for his character. I thought he was pretty funny, very enjoyable to watch on screen as well. I like the chemistry between him, his daughter, everyone else in the cast. They have good chemistry with one another. The kid from Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day, the older brother, is also one of the main characters of this movie, and he does a great job in this as well. You really like his character, you think he's pretty funny, he's a likable guy on screen, and you're rooting for him throughout the entire movie, obviously. His friend, Ryan Lee, who you guys might know from Super 8, he was pretty good in this as well. I mean, he had a lot of funny lines in this movie. There are a lot of moments where they overuse him to an unnecessary point where it just gets really annoying. But for the most part, it's pretty funny. The daughter in the movie, whatever. I mean, she's definitely the weakest from the cast, but I still enjoyed her. I mean, it's not like I hated her or anything. She was bearable enough to watch on screen. Also, it was really cool how the director was able to, capture this nostalgic feeling from fans like myself of the Goosebumps films originally, because I have to say that there was a lot of nostalgia built up for this, and you know what, it paid off because, while obviously not every monster from every single episode is in here, we have a decent amount, and Slappy, who's the most probably infamous monster within the Goosebumps series, he is the main focus of the monsters, and it's pretty enjoyable to watch him. I also like how Jack Black voiced him. Now, what a lot of people are complaining about is the monster, the werewolf of Fever Swamp, which, yes, it looks very, very fake. However, that scene in general, I still had a fun time with, but yeah, the CGI in this movie is not good at all. I mean, it's cringeworthy at some moments, to be completely honest. But there was one more thing that I actually really enjoyed about the movie, and that was that it felt pretty short. It's only an hour, 40 minutes, and it went by really fast. For seeing it at night at 10:20, it went by very fast, and I didn't feel bored at it for one moment. There's always something happening on screen. You were always invested in the story, so I really liked that about the movie. But now, let's get into the negatives. First of all, you can see where the love story is going right away. The love between Jack Black's daughter and the main character of the movie. You can see where that's coming from a landslide. I mean, it, from the first time you ever see his daughter, you can tell, yeah, something's gonna happen. And, it's very predictable. You also obviously know that all the monsters are going to be captured eventually, because that's just how it worked. I wish I would have done a little more of a twist on that. I mean, they kind of did, but the kid Ryan Lee, like I mentioned, he has a lot of dumb jokes in here. There's one particularly about how someone was frozen. He's like, "Guys, that's my dad," and then he's like, "Never mind, it's not my dad." And that joke, that's literally the entire joke. Also, I think they should have done a lot more with a lot of the other monsters. I did enjoy the ones I got to see mainly, but I think Haunted Mask was one that everyone remembers, so I wish they would have shown that one a bit more. Overall, I'd say Goosebumps is a pretty satisfying movie, and it's very fun. It's also a little scary, I mean, for children, and they'll definitely enjoy it. Parents can enjoy it too. It's overall just a pretty solid movie. In the end, Goosebumps is going to get a B- just because, it does have some stupid humor. It also feels like they could have done a lot more with the monsters. Overall, pretty solid movie.
Viewer beware.